What is the main thing in Sanatana Dharma and how can we comprehend it? Sanatana Dharma is a very ancient culture of the spiritual path. It has a lot of philosophical definitions, schools, traditions, rituals. But speaking briefly about the fundamental thing of Sanatana Dharma, it can be expressed in one word. The main in Sanatana Dharma is the Absolute, God, Brahman. Brahman is derived from the Sanskrit root brihat, extension, something very big, really huge, global, large scale. Therefore, the most important thing in Sanatana Dharma is to remember about the main, about God. Brahman, if we translate it to the language of the Abrahamic religions, is God, but it's not God which is considered in the Abrahamic religions. It is a broader concept that includes Ishvara, personal God, and what is beyond Brahman. It's similar to Shunya, emptiness in Buddhism, similar to Tao in Taoism, Mahamudra, Nirvana, Shiva Tattva, Tao, Krishna nature, natural source of our mind. It seems these are philosophically incompatible concepts from different cultures, from different religions, Zen, Buddha nature, light of the divine grace. It sounds like they are incompatible concepts from different cultural backgrounds. But it seems this way because we are human beings and we have our human, cultural and intellectual limitations. But saints don't think so. It's all about one thing, about the most important and really great thing. And these differences are relative, temporary and illusory. They are appropriate for learning specific methodology in a particular school. But at the level of experience, they all have to disappear, what is periodically demonstrated by saints of all time and all religions. So, in the Vedic tradition, which is called Sanatana Dharma, the most important is Brahman, Absolute. The Vedic tradition says the whole world doesn't revolve around a man, his life, his worldly needs. This is misleading. The Vedic tradition is not anthropocentric, it's absolute-centered and God-centered. It says that you are not the most important in this universe, as well as anybody possessing a shape, name or personality. This universe is the global divine being, divine consciousness, the single global superintelligence. And this superintelligence is called Brahman. It has no name, no qualities, no attributes. It doesn't depend on time, it's impersonal, but at the same time without any problems. It can also take a shape, names, attributes, and possess personalization and personhood. And now let's compare in Prajna Paramita Sutra, Shakyamuni Buddha says, this shunya emptiness has no color, no taste, no smell. And compare what the Upanishads say. Upanishads speak of Brahman, that is beyond of all visible, audible, and perceptible too. So, God, the Absolute, is the most important thing in Sanatana Dharma. Another question: how can we get closer to the Absolute following the path of Sanatana Dharma? There is the unbounded, great reality, the source. It's not dual, and we are part of it, but unfortunately we don't understand anything. We are limited so much that it is difficult for us even to accept it intellectually, not to mention about its spiritual experience. But saints and the spiritual tradition of Sanatana Dharma say that there is a way on which we can connect with the Absolute. We can become one with God, one with great, infinite Brahman. We can also be infinite, luminous, become the broad expanse of pure awareness, which is not limited by thoughts, body or mind. In order to pass this way, great saints have given the tradition of three basic principles: Shravana, listening, Manana, analysis, reflection, and Nididhyasana, permanent experience of the non-dual meditative state. If you want to understand this essence of Sanatana Dharma in 5 minutes, you just need to learn the concept of Brahman, the Absolute. And these three principles, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Hearing, which means a transfer from Guru when he gives instructions from the Vedas and sacred scriptures of his tradition, or just gives their explanations, is called Shravana. When we analyze, think over and meditate to get into this understanding, somehow enter this dimension, get this inspiration and open it inside, it's Manana. When all our lives, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, years over years, days, weeks, months, we try to keep it, it is called Nididhyasana. It's the art of contemplative presence in Brahman, in the Absolute. The art of being in union with the Absolute over mind. It's the art of mindfulness, training and development of awareness. Our awareness can become so developed that it will penetrate into our 5 outward forms, into the sleep with dreams, dreamless sleep, and finally will enter Turiya, the transcendent, the transcendental fourth state, only in which it's possible to experience Brahman. Question: it happens that the mental understanding of Advaita comes in 5 minutes after reading a shloka. But sometimes it happens that even experienced sadhu, who has been practicing for decades under the direction of his guru, forgets and can make Brahman the main in his life. Yes, it's easy to obtain the mental understanding of Advaita even in 5 minutes. You just need to read some texts by Shankara, Atmabodha, or Vivekachudamani, or Avadhuta Gita by Dattatreya. You may think you have understood Advaita. I am Brahman, I am absolute, infinite, I am not a man, all is non-dual. What problems? The fact is that such a mental understanding is appropriate for the exam of philosophy in Hinduism, when you pass exams in the monastery, or such a student at the university passes Oriental studies, but it's absolutely useless in solving problems and challenges of our life. Because intellect is just a small part of us. We're made of karma, we're made of subtle bodies. If you really want to clean it all, you need not an intellectual experience, but a dive into the light. You need samadhi. How to achieve samadhi? It's a particular practice under the direction of a particular master, in a particular school, for your own particular life. I mean that after we've got an intellectual understanding, we must build a strategy of our life to reach samadhi. If you experience samadhi, it means you realize Brahman. If there is no samadhi, you can just be smart, but no matter how many books you've read, no matter how skillful you are in debates, you do not realize Brahman. It's all your mind, it's just your mind. This is something made of cardboard. It's not a diamond. And now we have to move from the cardboard understanding to the real diamond. In order to get this diamond, this treasure, we have to perform tapasya, asceticism. We have to do seva, service, sadhana, practice, austerities, study the scriptures, and someday it will certainly happen. The main thing is to be fearless, not to be afraid that it can be achieved, that how I, such a foolish man, can do it. I can do it. If saints had been afraid, there wouldn't have been any enlightened in the world. We shouldn't be afraid of the spiritual path, because saints stand for us, deities stand for us and bless us. They are happy when we are on the way. We have a powerful spiritual tradition, the scriptures, and the God Himself help people who dare to realize Him.
Om Namaste.